Hey folks, welcome to The Dice Tower. I'm Sam.
I'm JT.
And this here is our bottom 5 location games. That is to say our numbers 10 through 6 of our top 10 location games.
What's a location game?
I think location games are games that are taking place in a certain location or make you think about a certain location. And I've ordered my list based upon how much I want to visit said location.
Fair. I thought this was going to be a really hard list. And it kind of was a hard list. I went through like 1,000 games to get some out of it. But
I just used my collection again this time.
But then I started to think about, it actually became pretty easy once I thought about it in a different way. But these are 10 places that I really, really want to go and games that cover those locations.
Yeah.
So yeah. When you first said location games, my brain went, what does that mean? But anyways, I think we did okay.
Yeah.
I think I did okay anyways.
Did you have to step into fake places?
No.
You didn't?
No.
Okay.
No, these are all real places.
Well, I have one that's kind of not real. Although it's based upon real, somewhat kind of occurrences. But
okay. Mine are all
I think
current day. I would go there if I could get on a plane right now and fly there. I could visit.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 of mine, I think. 9 out of 10 of mine are exactly that. But one of them is, I would love to visit this place, but unfortunately it doesn't exist.
Because it was Atlantis and it sunk.
No,
Sunk
it
to the
wasn't
bottom
Atlantis.
of the ocean.
It wasn't Atlantis. I didn't put Atlantis on
Or the moon.
No, the moon exists? What are you talking about?
I can't fly there.
All right, you literally
I did not put the
fly
moon
there.
on here. I don't really want to go to the moon.
Neither do I.
Truthfully, you go to space, by the
It's a
time you get
silly
back,
place.
you waste a lot of time.
It's a silly place.
Well, I do have to say on here, I couldn't find a good game to represent Ireland for me, and I don't know why, but I couldn't. So Ireland didn't make it in my list, but I would like to go to Ireland. But anyways,
That's interesting.
moving on.
I had a couple of different games that I was thinking about for Ireland, but I put a newer one on there because it also includes another country, which I would also like to go. So it's kind of like 2 countries in one game.
Oh, gotcha.
So, and that's the main reason why I included that game. I would have included the other one if it was just about Ireland. But anyway, that is that. Let's go ahead and get to it. Our bottom 5 location games. All right, my number 10 is a game that is about a country that I've actually lived in before, and I've been back to visit it many, many times, but I would like to go back to visit it some more, and this is Catan Geographies Germany. Catan Geographies Germany. It's number 10 because of all of that stuff. I've already visited it. I've lived there, but I'd really like to go back. So this is at the bottom of the list because I've already been there. Some of these other places I've never been to before. Matter of fact, most of them I've never been to before. I'm just doing it. I've kind of been there once, never been there. Yeah, most of these I've never been to before.
I picked all places that I'd never been.
Yeah, I just really enjoy visiting Germany.
Yep.
Germany's a great country to visit, and has a lot of really cool history to it as well. It's one of the reasons why I like visiting countries, is to see those places at which those historical activities took place. I really enjoy that. But this is a fun game. This is probably one of the better ways to play Catan, in my opinion. I'm not very enamored with Catan, honestly, which is another reason why it's number 10. But Catan Geographies Germany is one of my favorite ones to play. I like the production value of it a lot better than regular Catan. It's the only Catan game that I own because it's the only one that I really enjoy. So that is my number 10, Catan Geographies Germany.
Nice. That's a good pick. Germany I'd like to go to, but
Yeah.
didn't make my list, but I get it. All right. My number 10 is a city that I would love to visit. And the game is the name of the city, actually, and that is Coimbra.
Ooh.
Coimbra is a city in Portugal that's famous for cathedrals and churches and that old Spanish architecture and just absolutely gorgeous. Every single one of these I went through and just made sure, checked pictures and stuff like that, just so I could remember. I did it on multiple ones. But yeah, there's a lot of history in Coimbra.
Yeah.
And being in an old Spanish city with those big, beautiful, adobe or stone cathedrals and everything else, just absolutely gorgeous. So that's my number 10.
We have a lot of history here in the States, but when you go just across the pond, it's like drinking from the fire hose at that point.
So many years of history and stuff in that. So
got that right.
The game of Coimbra itself, you're drafting cards and people and trying to gain money and victory points. No, I'm just kidding. But you're drafting dice actually and then buying people. That's what you do in Coimbra. But
Drafting. Oh my gosh.
Anyways, that's my number 10.
Moving
Coimbra,
along.
Portugal.
All right, my number 9 is the Outlier. It's the kind of fake place. But the game that I use is a game where I'm actually probably going to be playing again here pretty soon because we've had some people asking about it at game nights. It's called Shadows over Camelot.
Oh.
And I would love to visit. I wish the place actually existed.
Well, okay.
That's how
fair.
I feel. Now, because it doesn't actually exist, that's why it's further down the... Man, if it did.
Just say, I want to go visit some old castle in England.
Well, that's pretty much what this boils down to, right?
Yeah.
Gotta go to England and you gotta, visit some old dilapidated castle. The less that it's dilapidated, the better, because then you can actually put all those pictures together in your mind. But the romantic aspect of medieval times is what's inviting. If you really think about medieval times, like I put Middle Ages.
Yeah.
On my,
you want to visit the Middle Ages?
I don't. I was thinking more visiting Europe during that time, but the more I thought about it, I was like, I don't think I want to go.
No, you'd be shoveling or raking or something like that. Like
there weren't no content creators back in medieval times.
No.
So either you were royalty or you were not royalty.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know that I want to visit that. But here's the thing, the romantic aspect of Camelot, that's what's inviting. That's what I would love to go visit. And it's a little bit of a shoe-in, I get it, or a shoehorn rather. But it's just something that I've always thought about the Arthurian legends. It would be awesome to be able to step into that, if only to witness all of that stuff if it were real. But alas.
With a thick glass window.
You got that right. But that's my number 9, Shadows over Camelot. I would love to visit Camelot. It's a location, just a fake one.
Go. All right. My number 9, my chosen game for this place is called Ezra and Nehemiah. My number 9 is Jerusalem. Yeah, and I'm not a heavily religious person or anything else, but just the sheer amount of history that Jerusalem has over, the entire world. Everybody knows, about Jerusalem, right? Just the sheer amount of history, just the ability to go through and see all of that would be awesome. It would be fantastic. So, for no other reason than that, just for
disagree there,
just for the depth of history.
You got that right. You got that right. That would be very fun to see. Go to the temple, go to all of the different places that are spoken about throughout history. That'd be great. All right, my number 8 was going to be another fake place, but the more I thought about it, I was like, no, that's a real place now.
Oh, okay.
Because they've made movies about it, and they had to use real locations for this.
Oh, is this
so
the
you
Shire?
can actually go to Middle Earth now.
Oh my gosh!
It's called New Zealand, people.
Okay.
It's called New Zealand, and the more I thought about it, I was like, heck yeah, I want to go see New Zealand. I want to go see the Shire. I want to go see where they filmed all of these different spots in the movies. Heck yeah! So the one for this is Lord of the Rings: Duel for Middle Earth. That's the one I'm holding to. And yes, It's kind of a fake thing, but it's not a fake thing anymore because they literally went and filmed these places.
You don't think they there's no board games about New Zealand? Yeah, you could have put Great Western Trail New Zealand on there.
They have that?
Yeah.
Oh. I've played all of the games on my list, so I wouldn't have been able to choose that one. But no, I would love to go visit Middle Earth, a.k.a. New Zealand, because that would just be a cool thing to do. Anyway, that's my number 8. New Zealand is the country. Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle Earth is the game.
I don't know if the scale's big enough. I think you'd walk into the ocean before you got there, but just so you know. Yeah, that's fair. I wouldn't mind going to New Zealand either. Because they got big bugs and critters and things. Right?
That's why I'm only visiting.
All right, well, that's why I picked my number 8, was because of the big bugs and the critters and things.
Really? You want to go see
Yeah,
the big bugs?
I would love to. My number 8, my game for this is Life of the Amazonia.
Okay.
I would love to go to the Amazon on a month long, out in the middle of nowhere, trying to get eaten by hippos and giant snakes.
You know, the Themyscira is
That
not
would
actually
be
there,
the
right?
coolest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Like, that would be one of the neatest places to go, just the deep Amazon. I actually started out, Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Wouldn't that be neat? Just that
No!
deep, thick jungle, like...
No!
Yes, that would be awesome. That
All
would be
I see
absolutely
is
Congo type of thing, you know?
Death, 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 death. More death.
Well,
I want to come back.
you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. But anyways, my number 8 is the Life of the Amazonia. I would love to go to the Amazon someday. I think that would be awesome.
It would be breathtaking. I get that.
Yep.
But I'm of the opinion that it might be literally breathtaking.
Well,
I might not come back.
It might be. That's what I'm gonna do when I'm 90, and I'm not coming back. So.
I'm going to retire.
That's right. I'm going to the Amazon to retire.
My number 7 is a game that I have not played in a very long time, and it is a country that I have visited in the past, but they were only for visa trips when I was living in South Korea. And this is Japan is the country, and Shogun is the game. Have you ever played Shogun?
I think so. A long time ago.
Wallenstein is the German equivalent of it, and the one that is probably more widely well known. A lot of people that liked Wallenstein didn't necessarily like Shogun because the map was so weirdly shaped and had a lot of choke points, and people didn't like that.
Yeah.
But Shogun and Wallenstein are basically the same game as far as area control and gaining points and having to face possible revolts from the people that are bringing in all of the stuff that you're taxing them on and all this other kind of thing. But the Cube Tower, I really enjoy Cube Towers. And that was renewed with In the Footsteps of Marie Curie because it uses a Cube Tower. And it's brought back a lot of fond memories of Shogun for me as well. But I've been to Japan before, only in Osaka, because I was making a work visa run. And I was only there for like a day.
Baking a cake.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. You just go there and back within 24 hours, and you don't really get that much time to do anything.
Yeah, jeez.
But so I would really like to go back and just visit and spend some time in Japan. I know it's an expensive place. The dollar doesn't do well against the yen, but it is the yen, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Japanese yen. Yeah. But anyway, it's a country that I would love to go back and visit. They're having the Tokyo Game Market here in a couple of weeks, I think. And that's always been something I wanted to go try. But it's a neat little country with a lot of eccentricities that I would love to go and try to experience a little bit more than just a 24-hour period. Nice. But that is my number 7, Shogun.
So for my number 7, and actually I kind of looked through this region a bit. It has a lot of different geography to it, you know, place to place and everything else.
Right.
And I think out of all of them, the one that I'd like to visit the most is Scotland. My game of choice for this was Clans of Caledonia. And really what got me thinking about it was Skara Brae.
Yeah.
Because of that. But just the the beauty of, I don't know a lot about Scotland overall, but just the beauty of, you know, the rolling hills and it's just a beautiful scenario. And I know Braveheart's not a good example of a, you know, Scottish type of, just the way the movie was put together.
Sure.
But at the same time, there's a lot of history there between the English and the Scots and all of that kind of stuff. That I would just like to see. I think
agree.
It's a beautiful land. It would be neat to just tour around.
I absolutely agree with you on that.
Yep.
Absolutely agree. That's a good pick. You ever played Clans of Caledonia, though?
You farm sheep and all that kind of stuff, and you turn it into, you farm sheep and different animals. You make your cheese and your different
Goat cheese, huh?
Goat cheese, and yep, and you try to sell it and
I've heard goat cheese
be
is very
productive.
good.
And goat cheese is good. You can eat goat cheese in America.
I know. I know. Jesse loves it.
Hey.
All right, my number 6 is Greece is the country, but there is a specific island in Greece that has a board game that is fashioned after it. It is called Santorini, and I would love to go visit this place. But I want to go visit Greece.
Yep.
Santorini is just going to be on the itinerary. It is not going to be the only place that I go visit, but I would love to go visit Santorini because I think it's that iconic. At least it looks
That look for
that
sure.
iconic.
Yeah.
And there's so many other places to go in Greece. I would love to be able to go visit that country. But Santorini is the placeholder for this. I've been playing it a little bit more here recently with getting the Pantheon edition in, and it's just kind of reinvigorated that interest in Santorini. So I think Jess has already been there once.
Nice.
But I'd like to go and visit as well. That's my number 6, Santorini, Greece.
Nice. My number 6 was one of the ones that I first thought of when you actually said this list. This one popped into my head pretty quickly. And the game itself is called the White Castle. In the White Castle, it's a dice drafting game where it's a very, very tight dice drafting game. You only have like 9 moves in it, I think. 9 turns, I think it is.
Wow.
In the whole game.
Dang.
And it's just, if you want combo-tastic, I don't know if it's combo-tastic, but it's very tight, and you're trying to do as much as you can with each dice.
Yeah.
And it's a small little board. But the White Castle is versioned after, I had to write it down because I can't remember.
Burger restaurant in Indiana. Right?
No, Himeji Castle in Japan, which is a huge, beautiful fort in Japan.
Yeah.
Held thousands of soldiers. Just kind of sits right up there on the hill in that area. It's just a gorgeous castle, and as a specific building that comes from a board game or a board game that comes from a building, like this is a really good.
That is cool.
That would be a really cool thing to see. Like it would be an awesome thing to see.
Yep.
That big old castle.
I agree. That would have to be part of the itinerary when I go
That
visit it.
ancient Japanese style.
Yes. Very cool. All right. Well, that is that. Our bottom 5, numbers 10 through 6. We've already put together our top 5. It's over on the Flipside. You can go check it out. So leave us a comment here, leave us a like here, subscribe here if you've not done that already, although I can't imagine you've not subscribed to the Dice Tower. This is the largest board game YouTube channel known to man. I don't know if that's actually true, but
I bet you
it's pretty stinking big.
I bet you there's less than 50% of the people that watch it still have subscribed to it.
I would
It's
imagine
just the way the
that's
world
probably
works.
true.
It's probably a small percentage. So
It
just
absolutely
subscribe.
is. Just subscribe and become an active member. How's that? How's that? But after you've done that, come on over to the Flipside. We're much smaller, but our top 5s are pretty cool. And we have a whole lot of other stuff that we do as well. So we'll see you there on the Flipside. Take it easy, y'all.
Later.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you like this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.